New series, guys, new series. This series is going to focus on a year in the life of a struggling author. We're going to let you know the ins and outs, what we did, and you need to understand there's a lot more to writing than just writing the book. Let's get into it. Okay, guys, so we're going to take you back to last year, June, July time. I wrote this book a few years ago. I had it edited. The name of the book is Paladin, Briscoe DeVos, Defender of House LaFleur. It's not a thin 60-page book. No, this is 200 to 400 plus pages, and depending on paperback or hardback that you get. And the book takes me about a year to write a book. But then you have to find an editor. Took me the third editor we stayed with. The third editor, her name is Felicia Williams, and Felicia Williams is phenomenal. She tells it like it is. She tells you what you need to cut, what you need to keep. She actually reads the entire book, and she's worth every cent. That's how I feel. Once you find some good people, guys, do not let them go. Don't let them get away. Because once you find these people who believe in you, who see your vision, because I still remember to this day, Felicia called me and she said, "You really wrote this book?" I said, "Yes, I really wrote." She might have called me 2 or 3 times. "You really wrote this book?" "Yes, I really wrote this book." So anyway, you have to find a good people around you. I found it took a while to find somebody to actually do the cover the way I wanted it done. And actually, this person was right in my backyard. His name's Kevin Magaha Productions. Kevin and his wife are, Kevin does graphic design. His wife is Magaha Productions. And Michelle, they do a phenomenal job. And they've been with me for years now. And Kevin, I didn't want to actually, I'm going to tell the honest to God's truth, I didn't want Kevin to do it because we rely on Kevin for so much. And, I don't want to overwhelm somebody. I didn't want to give somebody too much. But every cover person we talked to, nobody else got it. They come back with this and that, and they just didn't get it. And it was simple. I knew what I wanted. And my wife said, "Listen, just give Kevin a call." And I called Kevin, and within 30 minutes, Kevin sent me back a cover, and it was perfect. It was exactly what I wanted. And those are the people that you keep. Man, okay, you good. I'm good. I don't need to look around for anybody else because Kevin had it. He saw my vision. He put it down on paper. I was happy. Now, this, even though I tell this to say, that's the easy part, because the part that you now have to get into is marketing. So let's go back to June and July last year. I was looking, my wife told me to put a plan together. So that's what I did. I put a plan together. And I found, I had a plan. I found a company because I wanted to do podcast interviews. So I found a company called Interview Connections. And the lady's name who ran that company is named Jessica Rhodes. And that, in this new day and age, social media is a big part of what you have to do. So I did a whole lot of research. I found Interview Connections, and I finally talked. I had a one-on-one with Jessica Rhodes, and we had a long conversation, and it was a great feeling. We had a nice connection, and I said, I believe we can work together, until I said my book was fiction. And she said, "Jonathan, did you say your book was fiction?" I said, "Yes, my book is fiction." She said, I'm so sorry. We don't do fiction books. We don't do fiction authors." I said, "Really?" So, after all that time, that was a big hurdle, because there were not too many people in the space of actually setting up podcast interviews for fiction book writers. Now, I talked to a few other companies, and probably 5 or 6 other companies, to try to set up something, because I wanted to get my book out there ahead of time. We set up a whole funnel system with the computer. That's a whole nother thing. But I wanted to get my book out there to the masses. I wanted to do as much marketing as I could. So I found a company called Victoria Brennan Podcast. And Victoria, I finally talked to Victoria, and we had a one-on-one. And Victoria put together a plan. And you guys have to understand, at first, I wanted to stay in the background. I didn't want to really do these podcasts, but sometimes you have to change with the times. So Victoria, she set me up with her people, and we came up with a whole plan to move forward, a marketing strategy for the next 6 months. And she had me do fake interviews to prepare myself. She wanted to find out more about me, because she didn't want people to just know about the book. She wanted people to know about the author. And they put together a strategy. We went back and forth and agreed upon it. And in the long run, that strategy paid off. Now, we set up goals. We set up a strategy. We set up a plan. And we have actually done a lot of marketing to date. We've done a lot of podcasts to date. And we've set the seeds. Now, have I gotten to my goals yet? No. Have I got closer to my goals? Yes. But I set my goals, and those goals we'll talk about on the next episode.